Hey yo, what is going on guys? It's the Minted and I'm back bringing another video. Today's video is going to be something that I've really been wanting to do for a long time now. I actually have a Q&A video for you guys today. So I tweeted for people to send me questions and I'll just go through them and answer them. I actually watch a lot of other YouTubers do Q&A videos, so I really like when they just rapid fire questions and answers. I don't like when they take too much time on them. So we're just going to jump right into it. First question is from Hype Dola, my homie. What's up, man? He says, pick 3 former teammates that you would want to team with now. Okay, so number 1, I have to pick my brother Wolf. Number 2, I have to pick Brian Nihil. Like, so fucking funny. He's the homie. So these 2, and then my third is in between Phasinator and Nox. But I'm gonna say Phasinator for the fact that the team of me, Brennan, Brian, and Phasinator was actually a team, and actually UMG Dallas. It was so fun to scrim with these guys. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. It was just so fun. So definitely that team. I Pictorial ask, why do you look like that, dude? Look like what, man? Like, come on, really, really. Sariski asks, what decision did you make to become a competitive Call of Duty player? In other words, what motivated you to become one? This one's pretty easy. It's definitely through my brother. Actually, where we used to live, a professional Halo player was on Optic Halo Ace. He went to the high school. I wasn't in the high school at the time. I was actually in the middle school, but my brother was there. He won an event. It was MLG Dallas for Halo 3, I believe. And he went to school with like a status quo jersey on, or I think it was just shirts at that time. And so like my brother's like, oh my god, like this guy goes to our school, and like we played Halo, we really liked it. He started playing competitively. I just followed in his footsteps, I guess. I really wanted to compete as well. WL Ties ask, what's your favorite organization that you've ever played under? This one's definitely in between SOAR and DARE. I think I'm actually going to give SOAR the edge on this one. You guys know I've played under a lot of organizations. Some have been really good, but I think I'm going to say SOAR for the most fun, just because it was different. Obviously a sniping team, a lot of, you know, supporters of SOAR. Just broadened my audience from, like, you know, it grew myself, a lot more eyes on me. So I don't know, I just like the organization for sure. GoTunes asks, if you could be on a top team in any game, what game would it be? Well, like, come on, man. Like, alright, nah, to be honest, dude, it'd be Call of Duty. Like, Call of Duty is really like the only game that I'm passionate about, that I really play. I actually play Counter-Strike, not that often though, just with friends for fun. Like, I can't stand to like play by myself, to be honest. But Call of Duty always been something I've been interested in. MW2 is like the first COD that I owned. But you know, sticking with like what I want to do and being successful in it, you know, if I could be on a top team in Call of Duty right now, that would be great. So definitely gonna say Call of Duty. Jordan Chrism asks, what was your first major event? Okay, so in Black Ops 2, the very first event, UMG Chicago, was my first ever LAN, like, and it was a major. Optic obviously took that from Complexity and Aches push Nate on the stage. You guys know that event? Yeah, so I went to that one. That was my first major event. Black Ops 2, I did play, you know, like off and on, but I never really took it seriously until going into Ghost, where I went to MLG Columbus. But yeah, my first major was actually UMG Chicago. Base God Gavin asks, no, it's not Gavin, it's Gavin. Base God Gavin asks, what was your favorite event and team? So favorite event, actually, this is funny because it's like my worst placing ever, MLG Anaheim, of the Ghost season. Yeah, we placed terrible, but like definitely favorite event. Like, I don't know why, like, just Anaheim, the stuff we did, I don't know, it was so funny, like, just the entire weekend. Definitely my favorite event. You know, some of these events that we go to, if you guys don't travel, you don't know, sometimes we're in like really, like, not really bad areas, but like areas where you can't go and do stuff. But Anaheim was one that, you know, like, Everyone was in the same area. I don't know what made it so fun, but just like the people, we walked around with like 20 people like throughout Anaheim. I don't know, it was so fun. My favorite team though, I'm gonna probably say that it's the team I stated earlier, Annex for UMG Dallas. Me, Brian Nihill, my brother, and Faisner for sure. Icon FPS asks, have you and your brother ever thrown hands? If so, how bad did you lose? Okay, so first off, me and my brother have definitely thrown hands. When we were younger and growing up, we've gotten to a lot of fights for sure. One time at my grandparents' house, we almost threw each other down the stairs. Yeah, pretty crazy. But going into my freshman year of high school, we actually moved to Indiana, and that definitely brought me and my brother a lot closer, where we didn't fight as much. It was just like little shit since then. But yeah, and like, if so, how bad did you lose? Like, come on, man. Like, are you serious, dude? I don't lose fights, only arm wrestles. Internet Noah asks, what's your biggest achievement? Wow. That kind of like makes me feel like a shitty person. I don't really have like a big achievement, you know, like thinking about it, like I've never accomplished something like, you know, I've never saved like a cat from a tree, like I've never saved like a nursery of babies from like a fire, like I haven't done anything like that. I think that my accomplishments basically are just, you know, personal with myself, like finding out who I am and stuff like that, like going through you know, obviously like basic stuff like completing high school, getting into college. I'm in a business school I got direct admitted into. It's really hard to get into actually, and so I'm proud of myself for that. You know, but like it's just with myself, like when I was 14 years old, like I was really, you know, I really wanted to get a job, like because, you know, you can legally work at 14. And so like the days approaching my 14th birthday, I'm like calling up every fast food restaurant, like I'm trying to get a job. And on my 14th birthday, I'm literally at a job interview, and I ended up getting that job, and I worked there for 3.5 years. So honestly, like I don't have like a big accomplishment. I just think like there's a lot of little things I've done, like you know, I've bought my own car, like in cash, like with my own money, like, you know, these like little things have like all been accomplishments for me. Obviously you all know me from gaming, so gaming is a big accomplishment for me. I've made like a decent amount of money. I've, you know, done my streams and my YouTube and stuff, and I've been like successful with that for the most part. And now before anyone says like, you know, you're not on Optic, you're not on FaZe, like, you know, you're not on the league team, like you're not shit, whatever, like come on, man. Like it's, you know, I've came a long way, and I feel like if you're, you know, you're trying to go somewhere, you definitely want to look back on what you've accomplished. You know, that you always got to give yourself credit. You can't, you know, not realize what you've done. So gaming definitely, but really like to answer this question, it's just like, you know, finding out who I am, just like, and I don't know all the way, like I'm definitely, you know, still figuring some stuff out, but just like, you know, being myself, like that's an accomplishment for me for sure. And this last question is going to be from Hypedola. He actually asked me another question, but I really wanted to talk about this one. He says, what's your favorite memory from an event? Guys, I've been to like 35 events, like, you know, locals and majors, and, you know, definitely like a lot of fun things that I've done with like my friends and stuff, just like experience we've had, like we've done like super dumb shit, like we've done like just, it's just been a blast, funny times, like one time I stole like a Taco Bell like breakfast sign from like a Taco Bell restaurant. Like I don't know why that was like so funny, but like we were all dying about it. But honestly, my favorite memory, I think when you say from an event, I'm thinking about playing, and it's definitely going to be an experience I had at MLG Columbus in Ghosts. Obviously, my team was VXD, Vex, it was me, Inceps, Nox, and Modi. This was like my first actual team, and MLG Columbus, that game was like my first event where I'm going in with like a set team, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this. And, you know, obviously my expectations for myself like aren't really that high, but we go in there and we're just like ripping kids. Like, we never lost a blitz like online or at the event, and you know, we did like insanely well. You You know, we went in there with 0 pro points. We did that on purpose. Like, I don't know why, but we were like, dude, let's just not play any tournaments. Let's just go on 0 pro points. Went in, got a horrible seed. We won our first 3 rounds, and then we played Adversity, which was like Cinder, Strife, Cosmo, and Diabolic. We ended up losing to them. I remember the Dom was really close, and then we were up 5-4 in S&D. We ended up losing that. We went to losers bracket. We had to grind out like 3 straight games to go into losers bracket champs. And our first match, because we had 0 pro points, we had to play the team with the most pro points that lost first round champs winners, and it was FaZe. And that roster then was Huddle, Replays, Classic, and Spacely, and we were down 2-0, and then we brought it all the way back, and then I think it was 5-5, and I 1v2 clutched it. So that was insane. Played VQ after. We were up 2-1, and then we were even leading at half of the 4th map, a Dom, to take them out for 9th through 12th, but we ended up choking that. But honestly, it was probably just like that moment, that clutch that I had where, you know, knocked out FaZe, first like real event with my real team. Like, I don't know, that was just probably my favorite moment, and I just like remember it like down to a spot. Like, so yeah, that's gonna end it for the Q&A. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Leave some comments if you like this. Maybe you want to see it another time, or like a would you rather video. So yeah, drop a like on the video if you like it, guys. Subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.